everyone, Carol here. I'm the editor of NOSH, and we're at Expo East in Baltimore. And today I'm joined by Katie Paul, who is the VP of Category Management and Growth Solutions at KeHE. Katie, thanks so much for being with us today.
Yes, thank you for having me.
So tell me, what does the VP of Category Management and Growth Solutions, what are those teams at KeHE?
Yeah, so they're two pretty common teams when you think about category management as a function. Our category management team is more supplier facing, so they work hand in hand with our suppliers. They're responsible for our brand portfolio and making sure we have the right assortment in our distribution centers to support our retailer partners. Our growth solutions team is more of a retailer facing category management team, so they partner hand in hand with our retailers. They give assortment recommendations, merchandising recommendations, provide insights and hot trends, and just make sure that we're partnering with them hand in hand.
Now, you've been in this role for about a year now. Happy almost anniversary.
Thank you.
How has this department and these groups changed at KeHE over this year and over the last couple years?
Yeah, the department has changed quite drastically even in just the last year. We have a new strategic plan as an organization, and one of the pillars of that strategic plan is innovative products and insights, which obviously I just kind of said what the team does, so a big part of that strategic plan lands on the team. So really what our focus is right now is foraging, making sure that we're upstream in the product life cycle, making sure that we are finding brands potentially before they're even ready to go to market, but we know about the brands and we're partnering with them to help them be ready to go to market, right? So we're going to farmers markets, we're going to more international shows and finding the brands that are overseas and will potentially graduate over to the US. We're hosting different things like our Next Generation Innovation Summit. So a lot of it's around foraging. Another part of it is just curating our brand assortment, making sure we have the predictable performers as well as those brands that we're willing to take bets on and risks on in our portfolio. And then the third piece of that is cultivation, helping these new brands be successful at KeHE and in the market in general. So a lot of that is more advising, almost consulting, acting as that person to those brands.
And why was it important to make this change in the business? Where was the white space that you guys saw that you could address?
Yeah, so obviously our retailers are constantly looking for innovation. We're all out there and we want to act as an extension of their teams. We want to be there with them and making sure that we're providing them with the hottest brands that are out there in the market. I think there was a huge gap when you think about the tail end of the assortment, and I think with the changes that are going on overall in the industry, we're going to be in a much better position to provide that innovation.
Speaking of changes in the industry, there's so much going on with e-commerce and direct-to-consumer. How has that changed your team's direction as well as just what you're seeing with distribution in general?
Yeah, digital is another pillar of that strategic plan that I mentioned, and I think that what we are doing in the digital space and be ready to help these brands go to market through alternative paths, if you will. So whether that be e-commerce, and we have those capabilities to help them do that, my team is now providing those brands over to our KeHE Solutions Group, and that Solutions Group is taking it and helping those brands come to life online.
In addition to e-commerce, we're seeing so much with CBD here at the show and just in the industry as a whole. How is KeHE approaching this category? Because it seems like it's constantly growing, but also constantly changing.
Yeah, our team members are definitely on top of the trend and are looking for the right brands and making sure that we're prepared to go to market once something comes to life with the FDA and everything there. We're currently carrying all topicals, so we're working on that, and obviously state laws are playing a huge role in us, how we can actually go to market with CBD. So there's a lot of cool innovation and we're staying on top of it because we want to be first to market once we can.
So we've touched on CBD. What are some other trends you're seeing here at the show or just in product assortment in general?
Yeah, so there are a ton of trends that we're seeing here. Obviously, different diets and lifestyles is a huge piece. Plant-based, keto, paleo, and we think they're here to stay. I mean, the plant-based movement from not only a sustainability aspect, but a health aspect. Keto, when you think about keto and just being low sugar, low carb, high fat, it makes sense, and I think more people, even if they're not full keto diet counting macros, are moving towards a lifestyle that lends itself to the keto diet. We also are seeing a lot when it comes to nootropics and brain health and beauty as well, collagen and staying young for a long time. So there's a lot of cool things that we're seeing here.
Who doesn't want brain health and staying young for a long time? That
That's
sounds
right.
great to me.
That's right.
Well, I'll let you get back to the show floor and meeting with your supplier and retail partners. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us today.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me.